The Mi-17 is a Soviet-designed Russian military helicopter family introduced in 1975. It is known as the Mi-8M series in Russian service. The helicopter is mostly used as a medium twin-turbine transport helicopter, as well as an armed gunship version. On December 15, 2008, it was reported that India ordered 80 Mi-17 V5 helicopters worth $1.375 billion, which would be delivered to the Indian Air Force between 2011 and 2014 to replace aging Mi-8s. In August 2010, it was reported that India planned to order another 59 Mi-17s. The first Mi-17 V5s entered service with India in February 2012. In December 2012, India signed a contract for 71 aircraft at a reported cost of $1.3 billion. In December 2014, it was reported that India is in agreement with the Russian Federation to produce on its territory Mi-17s and Ka-226ts. All 151 helicopters were delivered as of February 2016. The Mi-24 is a large helicopter gunship, attack helicopter, and low-capacity troop transport with room for 8 passengers. It is produced by MIL Moscow Helicopter Plant and was introduced by the Soviet Air Force in 1972. The helicopter is currently in use by 58 countries. The Mi-24's titanium rotor blades are resistant to 12.7 mm rounds. The cockpit is protected by ballistic-resistant windscreens and a titanium armored tub. The cockpit and crew compartment are overpressurized to protect the crew in NBC conditions. According to Stockholm International Peace Research Institute reports that 15 helicopters of this type were ordered from Kyrgyzstan in 1994 and were delivered by 1995. The designation is uncertain, Mi-25 or Mi-35, and are apparently second-hand/refurbished helicopters. The first unit to fly the Mi-25s was No. 125 Helicopter Squadron, the Gladiators, raised in November 1983. This was followed by No. 104 Squadron, Pioneer Rotarians aka Firebirds, in 1990. The Boeing AH-64 Apache is an American twin-turboshaft attack helicopter with a tailwheel-type landing gear and a tandem cockpit for a crew of 2. Nose-mounted sensors help acquire targets and provide night vision. It carries a 30mm M230 chain gun under its forward fuselage and 4 hardpoints on stubwing pylons for armament and stores, typically AGM-114 Hellfire missiles and Hydra 70 rocket pods. Redundant systems help it survive combat damage. Indian Air Force operates 22 AH-64Es as of July 2020. The Boeing CH-47 Chinook is a tandem-rotor helicopter originally developed by American rotorcraft company Vertol and now manufactured by Boeing Defense, Space, and Security. The Chinook is a heavy-lift helicopter that is among the heaviest-lifting Western helicopters. Its name, Chinook, is from the Native American Chinook people of Oregon and Washington state. The Chinook was originally designed by Vertol, which had begun work in 1957 on a new tandem rotor helicopter, designated as the Vertol Model 107 or V-107. Around the same time, the United States Department of the Army announced its intention to replace the piston engine-powered Sikorsky CH-37 Mojave with a new, gas turbine-powered helicopter. The Indian Air Force indeed acquired 15 Boeing CH-47F Chinook helicopters. These heavy-lift helicopters were procured to enhance the Indian Air Force's strategic airlift capabilities, particularly for troop and cargo transport in difficult terrain and high-altitude regions. The Hellprakhand is an Indian multirole light attack helicopter designed and manufactured by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, under Project LCH. It has been ordered by the Indian Air Force and the Indian Army. Its flight ceiling is the highest among all attack helicopters. The true impetus for the development of the LCH Prakhand came in the form of the Kargil War in 1999, which revealed the Indian Armed Forces lacked a suitable armed rotorcraft capable of operating unrestricted in the high-altitude theater. On August 26, 2017, limited series production of the Prakand was formally inaugurated. On November 19, 2021, Prime Minister Narendra Modi formally handed over the LCH to Indian Air Force Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary, clearing way for full-scale induction. On October 3, 2022, the LCH was formally inducted into the IAF and was officially named Prakand. By November, Indian Army had begun to move its LCH helicopters on LC near the Chinese border. The Indian Air Force acquired 10 Prakand helicopters with 60 more on orders. The HAL Rudra is an armed version of the HAL Dhruv utility helicopter, which is designed and produced by the Indian aerospace manufacturer Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The Rudra was developed in parallel to the HAL Light Combat Helicopter, LCH, a more extensive attack helicopter developed from the Dhruv. Extensive changes from the Dhruv were avoided to produce the Rudra with the express purpose of providing an indigenous armed helicopter faster than the LCH program could do so. The Mark III variant features the sensors and mission equipment, but lacked weaponry. The Rudra Mark IV is provisioned with various armaments. The Rudra is equipped with forward-looking infrared, FLIR, day and night optical cameras, and a thermal imaging sights interface. Armed models feature a 20mm turret gun, 70mm rocket pods, anti-tank guided missiles, and air-to-air missiles. The Indian Air Force had 16 helicopters in service, with an additional 50 helicopters on order. The HAL Dhruv is a utility helicopter designed and developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited in November 1984. The helicopter first flew in 1992. Its development was prolonged due to multiple factors, including the Indian Army's requirement for design changes, budget restrictions, and sanctions placed on India following the 1998 Pokhran-2 nuclear tests. The name comes from a Sanskrit origin word dhruv, which means unshakable or firm. Dhruv entered service in 2002. It is designed to meet the requirement of both military and civil operators, with military variants of the helicopter being developed for the Indian Armed Forces, while a variant for civilian/commercial use has also been developed. Military versions in production include transport, utility, reconnaissance, and medical evacuation variants. As of January 2022, 335 HAL Dhruv have been produced for domestic and export markets, logging more than 340,000 flying hours. As per reports, Indian Air Force operates 95 HAL Dhruv helicopters. The HAL Light utility helicopter, along with its derivative Light Observation Helicopter, was designed and developed by Rotary Wing Research and Design Center, one of the R&D sections of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for civilian and military applications. These are intended to replace license-built versions of Aerospatiale SA-315B Llama, designated Cheetah, and Aerospatiale Alouette 3, designated Chuduk, in service with Indian Army and Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force had 6 helicopters in service. The Aerospatiale Alouette 3 is a single-engine, light utility helicopter developed by French aircraft company Sud Aviation. During its production life, it proved to be a relatively popular rotorcraft, including multiple licensed manufacturers. More than 2,000 units were built. The Alouette 3 was developed as an enlarged derivative of the earlier and highly successful Alouette 2, sharing many elements with its predecessor while offering an extra pair of seats and other refinements. It quickly became a commercial success amongst both civil and military customers. The Indian Air Force had 77 helicopters in service. The Aerospatiale SA-315B Llama is a French single-engined helicopter. It combines the lighter Aerospatiale Alouette 2 airframe with Alouette 3 components and power plant. The Llama possesses exceptional high-altitude performance. The helicopters have been built under license by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited in India, known as the Cheetah. HAL later developed an upgraded variant, powered by the Turbomeca TM333-2M2 engine, which is known as the Cheetal. An armed version, marketed as the Lancer, was also produced by HAL. It was also built under license by Helibras in Brazil as the Gavião. The Indian Air Force operates around 17 Cheetah helicopter.